Generic greetings and welcome back to Humankind, where in the previous episode we managed to take the capital of the Zulus on the right hand side, and because of that we managed to get into the last era. They lost loads of war score and obviously their main city, and we are top on fame. We are on 6,297, the next highest is the Zulu on 5,730, but we are taking more territory. We're allied with their neighbour, the Spanish, which really doesn't like them as well. So overall we're in a very, very good position, and I'm able to build things so quickly that basically I'm managing to look at all this science here. I'm managing to get so much science and smash through all that yeah, there's really no big drama here when it comes to our building. So this may be the last episode, it may not be. It really depends on exactly what the other empires do. My objective is not to wipe everybody out. I don't think that would be good for ourselves. Army conscripts, no refuse. Yeah, I think I just want to keep moving and keep making sure our army is up to scratch. Obviously we are going to keep taking stuff when we can, but we also need to defend our borders, so there's just sort of keeping that in mind, really. We have some places where we need to maybe upgrade. Let's buy out a research institute, why not? Upgrade to things like, we haven't even built a coal plant or sawmills or anything like that. There's a lot of stuff that we've been forgoing over science, but that's okay. I mean, there you go, 10% science, why have we not researched that? All of these science things we're going to pick up. And, I mean, we're just going to go towards all the science stuff, I think. Where is the nearest one? There is a one to do with science. Oh no, I've actually already picked that one up. There's guerrilla warfare. That's actually not too bad because it gives us the ability to cheapen out some units for upgrade. This is independent peoples. Again, a lot of what we've picked here, what we've already picked, the nation that we took over here, the Zulus, they are the exact opposite. They really are. So this is why we're having some problems. So I'm going to have to get like aqueducts and extra stability, things like that. We'll pick those ones up. In Babylon here, we've still got probably a lot of stuff that we haven't researched yet. Extra science per saltpeter, all the science stuff. Which I'm just going to pick up all the science stuff, quite frankly, almost as a matter of course, just because it won't take long to do. And oh, we will, however, build that. That is a coal mine. So we're going to do that. And we also have train stations now as well. So this is, I've mentioned in previous videos, especially towards the start of the series, I did say that, well, leadership small council, yeah, city cap, like enact that, yeah. I've said that the game does really change towards the last part of it. So now we can build. Eventually, well, we can build train stations now, which if you have a train station, say, here and a train station here, as long as the track that it makes is completely uninterrupted, it's almost it's almost free travel across. You also build airplanes, and you can have missiles and flying units. Like, you get all these units, but you get it at the last sort of, not even the last third of the game, because you're normally only researching it in the sort of 230 turns, maybe 200. It depends on what nation you're playing and what the difficulty is, etc. I know there's a lot of caveats to what I'm saying. But, yeah, in general, it's just a case of getting all this stuff later on, and I find that you don't really need it. At this stage of the game, it's just, yeah, a bit of a shame, really. But there you are. So I'm just picking up a lot of research to do with...
I'm not sure
sorry, a lot of buildings
what
to do
the
with
proper
science.
adjective is. But it appears that you have been out-religioned.
Out-religioned? Okay. Just going to build over here. And you can also build forests, which is -10 pollution. You see pollution going up. That is a mechanic that's in the game. And it's a mechanic that, throughout my playthrough, of over 2,000 turns, I believe, I have not bothered with. I've had no problem with it. It's not done anything to cause me issue. So, yeah, bit of an underbaked mechanic, I would probably say there. There's born or made. That's a political entitlement. Interesting. Aristocracy. The superior bloodlines of the nobility can lead the empire or republic. Supreme power should be held by the people and their elected representatives. So, yeah, we can't actually initiate any of those. We can't get them, but there you are. And, oh, there's guerrilla warfare researched and another star. We have freedom of press. This is... What are they? You've got freedom of speech or propaganda. And they want freedom of speech. Oh yeah, enact that. Definitely. Military coordination. Might as well get that. And when you see up here, look, we've got aerial warfare. Actually, aerial warfare because then we can find aluminium. And then we get onto fighter jets and things like that. Oh, there's our stealth corvette. It's miles away. Land rights, inherited land. And that was to claim, attach, and merge territories with money instead of influence. Refuse. Inconvenient truth. There's been an unsettling turbulence in the weather recently. The seasons seem less reliable than they once did, though scorned by many of their peers. Several preeminent scientists argue that the emissions of increasing industrialization are causing the planet's temperature to rise, and in turn, climate will go less predictable. We have the beginnings of climate change. Investigate, dismiss, or act. I'm going to... That's a narrative event. That's a narrative event. Investigate or dismiss. I'm going to investigate.
You have reached the end of an ideology axis.
There you go.
Of all the epithets other
Long and careful
empires may
study
use
scientists
for
present
you,
the results of their
wishy-washy
studies
will
into
be
the effect of an ever-hotter Earth. Their findings make for bleak reading. Flash fires and coastal flooding will ravage countless communities in the decades to come. There is a window of opportunity in which to prevent this. So, cost of change will be high. For the sake of everybody, penalise the use of fossil fuels, subsidise renewables, and fund innovation, or stasis. I'm going to go with change. We gain up overproductive, but we lose, 800 or 600 monies. Wow. We now have the ability to make some more cultural wonders. Christ the Redeemer, the Empire State Building, Sydney Opera House, or Big Ben. What a score. We also got the Statue of Liberty and loads of other stuff still down there. Sometimes I've scrolled down to the bottom, by the way, and Stonehenge is still there. It doesn't seem to do much. At least it seems to be the last one picked. Christ the Redeemer is on all cities. Look at that. You gain plus 10% food, money, and industry. Brilliant. Empire State Building is money gained from ongoing trade in all cities. Sydney Opera House is on Calm City plus 10% everything. And Big Ben is science. I'm going to go with Big Ben because it's science and we're all about the science. If there's one thing we are about, it is about the science. What's this one? State religion. Refuse, thank you. I'm going to upgrade some of these. Oh, I can upgrade the mortar to a howitzer if I had copper, which... Well, I don't have copper, so there's the end of that chat. Over here, then, these guys are just sort of chilling out on this area. I will just put them on chill out mode. Over here, those can go off chill out mode. Oh, I've just realised I've got one unit that hasn't been upgraded fully to like a proper modern-ish unit. I think I'll just keep that for the 250. It's going to cost. I'm not going to spend. Not going to spend that. I mean, this is just probably an end turn game now. It really is. Stability is actually going down on this place, so I want to resolve that by going for stability per researchers. Over here, we have good stability. Production is fine. I think I want to go for more food. And there we go. And I'm going to buy that out. And then just place some more. Some shaky hands here. Non-aggression with the French. I will accept. This is up the top here. So the Japanese, I think it was, they've moved over to being the French. Taxation office. Yeah, I think so. And we need some more food. Districts. Looks like aerial warfare has been completed and another era star. There's wireless influence on commons quarters. Might as well do that. And up the top here, we will go for more science. Research Institute. Theory of Relativity. Just gain 100 fame. Why not? Get it done. There's more era stars unlocked. It's over. Let's not pretend otherwise. Unless something really, really bad happens, this is game over. Well, not game over. It's a win. It's success, and it'll be a win via research, most likely. If we can build Research Institute a turn, which is giving us on average between 130 to 180-ish, I think.
You have unlocked the Research Institute. It will not merely
We're on
provide
9,000.
additional answers, but open up a whole range of ever more perplexing questions.
It wasn't long ago when we were only generating just under 3,000, and we're on 9,000 science. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna get Space Orbital, and let's see how long it takes to go from radar to Space Orbital. Because I'm reckoning not long. There's Babylon. I was gonna build Big Ben. I think I still might build Big Ben, you know, in a couple of turns. There's radar researched. Stability's okay here. I mean, I haven't even built train stations, but I'm at that stage now where it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that we don't have train stations. We're gonna have exosuits in 10 turns, so who needs train stations when you can just walk into your personal Iron Man suit and fly here? We haven't even got a coal plant in some cities, yet the other ones are flying up other ways. Okay, Babylon, I will research Big Ben. I think, however, Big Ben, do you have to put it on... Yeah, you have to put it on river, because it's like the Houses of Parliament and stuff as well, I think. Is that what it is? Famous for reliability, Big Ben's chimes reverberate through the city. So that's going to take 39 turns, but if I give every single city a job for it, it's 8 turns, so that's what we're going to do. And you can see I'm just pressing end turn as quickly as it comes. Yes, we could micromanage this. Yes, we could spend more time. Why? There's no real need to. Today's beverage is a nice cup of tea, by the way. Fighter jets have now been researched. We've not built a train station yet, but we are on fighter jets. But this is the, I think, one of the downsides of the game. And most of the downsides of the game, I do genuinely think, are to do with the sort of latter part of it. There's Space Orbital. So Space Orbital gives us 300 fame and Space Station, increasing money and city cap, plus 50% money on all cities, just for getting that research. Let's go with military laser. Why not? Why not? I'm sure some of these other empires are maybe wanting some trade or something.
Tell me what is on your mind.
But there's no reason for us to take much of an interest. Oh, there's rocket signs done. Which, to be fair, once we finish Big Ben, we'll build some rockets. Because when you get satellites, you then start getting view across the board. Wonder can be claimed.
Big Ben will give you a visible and official correct time.
Oh, I need...
Rather important now that all the clocks of an entire empire need to agree on it.
So, I needed oil, but I found oil straight away. And I then bought both of them out. And so aluminium as well, we did that. As you can see. Oh god, I can attach this. I can attach that entire thing. No, that would be bad, wouldn't it? That would be really bad. Let's not do that at all. I can build some more stuff though. Political... I think we're going to go with a republic.
How far can you trust a leader whose primary concern is their family, not their people?
Let's go with Space Station. We're going to put it in the middle of the desert. The middle of nowhere. Like that. And we'll get everyone to work on it. And we now have rockets. Hang on. Let's see. The race is on. The Swedes have successfully built the first space station. So, the thin blue line. The whole empire, and probably most of the world, are watching with bated breath as an astronaut under your great flag glides away out of a freshly constructed space station for the first time. After the first few steps of the inaugural spacewalk, the astronaut speaks directly to you. The thin blue line, you say, pointing all the strands between life on Earth and the cold, dark void of space. Truly a humbling experience. Along with the rest of the empire, they await your reply. Your words will shape and inspire a generation. Stimulate. Yet with our intellect and courage, we will bridge that gap and usher further a new age. Demand, and we will humble, yet brave, as we build our way to the stars. And motivate. Truly breathtaking, this vista can inspire each and every last one of us to live our best, most productive life. I like that. I like that. I like the first one too. So we can build a geosynchronous satellite or a lunar lander. We're going to build a geosynchronous satellite. We're going to build it again in the desert there, away from anything in particular. And oh look, we can choose to build it with all of these as well. Oh, it's going to be instantaneous to build. End of turn. There's a geosynchronous satellite. Yeah, and this is giving us fame, by the way. There's the satellite. It should really show you. You can see that. It's quite nice. Little launch pad and stuff. So, lunar lander or polar satellite. So that's where you start surveying the poles. Lunar lander triggers a narrative event. Do you want a lunar lander? It's getting a bit crowded. Getting a bit crowded. Over here would be nice. Yeah. On the coast, maybe? It's going to have to be there. And, as before, just get everything else to build it. 7 turns to build. Urgent affairs. To the moon! So I can... It says, with great fanfare, your empire announces its intent to conquer one of humanity's most ancient dreams, sending a person to the moon. Launch day is still far away, but you have already received a cavalcade of questions from the media outlets over the world. When your astronauts reach the moon, whose flag will they fly? Victory of humanity or your empire alone? Boast about our event, or boast about our flag. Celebrate. Or just get money. Boast or celebrate the efforts of your allied nations. A monument for everybody. And because of that, we just got spec ops. Just in case it doesn't go overly well, we have spec ops to maybe deal with the problem if any of the nations become a little bit uppity. We can have 9 cities in our city cap, and unclaimed wonders are a lot. Oh, military lasers now researched, by the way. So yes, we have now extra 300 fame, and military laser gives us plus 100 combat strength against air units on main plaza, administrative centre and outposts. So basically, you almost can't lose a fight in your main towns and cities. Let's go for, I think, an exosuit, because it will take not long to do that. We're on turn 260, and let's be honest, we're going to continue on until we get this done. We still haven't researched the propeller, yet we have people in space. Yeah. I don't know if it's the balance, if it's the way I play it, or what, but of the several games that I've played, like I said, close to probably over 2,000 turns over the course of multiple games, and I normally play in a similar manner. I normally don't go, say, full aggressive nations or whatever. I tend to go roughly towards the same axes and things. I find that
This story will echo through time. A first step onto another world, and perhaps into a great future.
there's composite armour and moon landing. Yeah, I find that this basically happens as you see it here, where we don't really have any great issues getting here, but we just have to then sort of just accept that we're not going to use all this stuff. And the whole pollution thing hasn't really done anything. Just is what it is. We can go for a polar satellite, and we've also got if we had uranium, which we don't have the ability to. We don't actually have uranium, but if we did have it, we could then build. Yeah, we could then build some Mars colonies. I'm going to go with a polar satellite. Again, telling all of the cities to do it. To the moon, with great fanfare, your empire announces its intent to conquer one of humanity's most ancient dreams, sending a person to the moon. Confirm. It's done. In terms of influence, we're on 42,000. Getting 1,500 a turn. Money's on 2,600. And we now should have the exosuit. And I think...
Greetings.
Oh, early modern
To what
era.
do I owe this pleasure?
So we're almost... Well, we've got exosuits and space lasers. And some guys not really got even close to the wheel. No, they've got the wheel, but you know what I mean. They are not
Make
entirely...
sure you stay for the night and see the blue fire.
Not entirely at our level of technology. I've also just noticed that, look at that. See all this? This is the new world that we have not seen. That's my geosynchronous satellite. So I'm scanning all of this. This is all the French. So I was going to war against here, and they probably had all of this at this time. Now, there's loads of technology that they have, so loads of resources that they have that I probably won't be able to even find on my my continent. Although I'm not too sure. Looks to be... You can see, I mean, there's things like tea. That's a shame that we haven't got that. And saffron and ebony wood that we haven't got. Because it's all split into the 3 continents. 1, 2, and then the 3rd. Generally, if it's 6 empires, you'll have 3, 3, and then 0. And that's the new world where it's like... That's where you're supposed to rush and sort of have a new sort of... scuffle over what's going on there. Does it work? Don't know, because I've not really seen it. I find either one person takes it all over, or people are too busy fighting each other on their main continents to really care, quite frankly. You can see I've got missile silos, I've got airports. You know, there's no point in us spending much time on any of that. The exosuits we've got, I should point out what it was. Oops. Exosuits is 300 fame and plus 8 combat strength and plus 4 on land movement. It's just a passive bonus. So my units here, these guys, see I can't even upgrade to a howitzer, but these guys have exosuits apparently, I think. Interesting. I can't build a satellite network and I can't build a Mars colony because I don't have the technology. Although, if I do that, I need oil. So I need oil. But, well, I don't think there is any oil anywhere. Where's the nearest oil? How curious. I don't know where the nearest oil is to us. Still haven't conquered that. I was going to, but got to a stage when we didn't really need to. Can't see any oil over there or up there. There's oil there, but that's in this guy's territory. So do we actually have any oil? I don't know if we do. And it's unlikely we'll be able to trade it with anybody. Well, maybe the Zulu, they might have oil. They don't. They might not even know about oil. Certainly, the Persians don't know about oil. That's a last... I think that's a late game thing. There you are. There's nuclear fission researched. The game will now end in 30 turns. Well, yeah, we're on turn 270. We're going to go for fusion reactor. It's going to cost take a couple of turns to do that. Going to build that one. And look at all the units that I haven't built. Anti-tank guns, commandos. Look at that art as well. It's beautiful. Medium tank, anti-aircraft guns. I've got my stealth corvette that I've not built. Submarines. There's all the missiles and planes. I've not built any of these because A, there's no reason for me to do it. And B, oh, nuclear weapons. Oh, so we can choose whether you want to use weapons as a deterrent or disarm them. You can go for one-party state or democratic republic.
Are occasional bouts of chaos a small price to pay for liberty?
Nuclear weapons. Strong nuclear arsenal is the best directive. Gives fission test. You can do a fission test. Or I can disarm. Materials procurement. Artistic ownership. Oh yeah. You've got all these ones there. Industrial production. Yeah, I haven't really done any of those. There's the satellite network. Not going to build it over here. But yeah, a lot of the stuff I need that I'd like to build, I can't because I don't have oil. And even though I don't know... Sorry, even though I don't have it, I can't trade it either. Which is a shame. Because if other people don't know about it, it's like, they don't just go, do you want whatever that stuff is? Yeah, you can have it. They just don't know what it is, so it's not even in their list to trade. But it's not going to matter anyway. The Wild Frontier. Oh, it's about the internet. You can either restrict it, or you can consent. Curation will require expensive oversight, but will determine what parts of the web are accessible. Yeah, this is one of the things where you get into democracy, the democracy game levels of stuff. Like, yeah, it's a bit too vague. And the discussion of that could encompass multiple videos. I have to pick one. I'll just say... restrict or... Yeah, everybody can have it. Go on then. Whatever. And I think that's it. I think this is last turn. 8,890. Oh, a bit more now. This is your last turn. As the Swedes, we are on fame. 9,480. That's 8 stars. Next highest is the Zulu on 5,778. In third place, we have the Persians. And yeah, that's it. We haven't even researched the propeller. Trench warfare, naval strategy, computing. We've not built missiles, planes, train stations. Haven't even built any coal plants, I don't think. Oh no, maybe one or two. But
How
we do
will
have...
Humankind remember the empire you have
We do have, however,
and its remarkable achievement.
geosynchronous satellites,
yours
space stations,
that has
lunar
left
stuff.
the greatest mark on the endless story.
And that's the end of the game. Shane moved away from the really comfortable garb to a suit. There you go. We're more than double the second person and triple the third. That's a win. That's a win for ourselves and the Swedes. So Neolithic. Let's skip that. Shows you our statistics here. The best city is Babylon. The longest war was against the Zulu. Curiosities found 52. Longest ideology is progress. There's our fame jumping up. Food. We actually went on top because we weren't really focusing on that. Really. And obviously our population grew to a point where we were losing population. There's your industry. Off the chart. Money. Actually suffering a bit until we got that jump. Science is just... Yeah, that's cool. It just compresses. By the end of that game, we were getting probably just under... No, just over 15,000 by the look of it. Per turn. Influence was great. I mean, I could continue going through these charts, but quite frankly... there's not really going to be many surprises. Although that's a bit surprising. We see this line here. This is where they've got the new world, and that's where, you know, they've gone right up because they've got the new world. Research is interesting. Looks like green did keep up with the Zulus, so they were certainly the... Oh, look at how trade with I think it was the Spanish. With this one here, Edgar. That's why they give them names, you see, because obviously they change population. Cultures, should I say, as they go on. Cities, we were, yeah, around about the same since about 120 with other empires, and then you can see as they conquered the new world, that was Lucy went top. But overall, there it is. We got there in the end, and that has been a bit of Humankind. That was Sweden, turn to 76 with a science victory. That is research everything in the game. The game would have also ended if we got to turn 300, and we probably still would have won. Yeah, enjoyed it. Very much enjoyed it. A couple of mistakes, a couple of big problems towards the beginning, and a couple of misplays, but overall, I don't think there was any great dramas. That was all on standard difficulty with the default settings, which is perfectly acceptable for when I first started the series. I've played much more since then, so if I was to start the series again, there's much more things I would do differently. I would hopefully do better. I would like to think we'd do better, and people's suggestions have helped as well. But yeah, overall, that's Humankind. I very much enjoy it, and I did say at the start that it's not perfect, and I do think that we've seen the last 2 episodes, mainly this one though, just how problematic it can be, especially towards the latter part. There's loads of stuff that we didn't build. There's loads of stuff that I would want to build. Yes, it would expand the game, but I would much prefer it to go to turn 450. No problem at all. Just, you know, because then you play with all of these toys. That's, you know, what we sort of missed out on. But that's a topic for another day. This video is already long enough. If you have been watching, and obviously you have because you're listening to this, then, you know, hope you have enjoyed these series and all of these episodes. Hopefully it's been entertaining. If you want to see more of Humankind, let me know. I'm more than happy to start it again, most likely giving it a break first. Hopefully they will look at things like diplomacy and flesh that out a bit more. Probably make the religion a bit more interesting. It doesn't really do much other than acting a couple of things on it. There's nothing greatly interesting about it. And the pacing towards the last stages just seems off. Really just seem off a little bit. On pollution stuff just seems to do nothing. But these are all big topics, and, well, a lot of these games don't really come into their own until a couple of big patches or normally a big DLC. So we shall see. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed Humankind. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.